Welcome to the Social Landlord Podcast, where smart investing meets peace of mind. In each episode, we're going to take a deep dive into the secrets of successful property management. So stay tuned as we reveal what it takes to become a socially responsible and successful landlord. Welcome back to the Social Landlord. We often get asked what works are needed to convert a family house into a social housing HMO. So let's have a look around and we'll show you.
Start off with the kitchen here.
Yeah, so first we've got the kitchen. Now, originally this one was a 4-bedroom family house.
Yeah.
And, typically you've only got one kitchen in a family house. As this is going to be a 6-bedroom, I'm going to need one kitchen, so one cook and one clean facility for every 3 tenants.
Yeah.
Which means we're going to have to reconfigure this kitchen or add another kitchen in on the next floor.
I think for space wise, add another kitchen. Mainly because we still have 3 floors. Maybe it hasn't taken up all plates.
Yeah, so the councils don't like you to travel over more than 2 floors anywhere. So we're most likely going to put one upstairs.
The house is good vulnerable tenants, so they need that extra insurance.
Yeah.
Start off from here. In the kitchen units, do change them, routine them, change them, professional, or new workshops.
Obviously, we're skirting straight over the majority of the rubbish and whatever else. So we've got full new floorboards coming in, and even one new joist down there because it's been rotting for the God knows how long. We've got Howdens coming in to measure up a full new kitchen.
Yeah.
We're going to have a breakfast bar on the back, and we're going to have your fridge, freezers, and some more units on the wall.
That boiler is also going to need to be boxed away.
So we're going to take this boiler out. This is only a 25 kilowatt boiler, which is nowhere near big enough for a house of this size. So what we've decided to do is where we put the new bathroom upstairs, we're boarding a section off. So we're actually going to put a passage in there, and we're going to put a new 39 or a 42 kilowatt boiler in there. And that way we can run all the kitchens, all the showers.
4-bed to a 6-bed HMO.
People don't realise that even down to your electric supply, the consumption increases. Sometimes your typical meters are not capable of putting that much power out to the property. Your gas supply, if you're using a lot of gas, your gas meter is only rated to a certain amount.
Yeah.
So if you've got 3 showers running, 2 sinks running, and the heating on, your gas meter is not going to be able to cope with it.
I think so. We've got blinds that definitely new blinds in here for social housing.
I was just going to clean them off.
Then that door, fire eggs, the fire door there.
Yeah, so
the closure frame.
Yeah, full fire door and frame, self closer, intromescent fire seals.
Yeah.
We'll probably put a drop down bar on the bottom as well.
Yeah.
Just because it helps with this being a kitchen and the smell of that travelling throughout the rest of the house. Just helps give it that little bit of extra help in keeping it clean.
We've got aesthetics wise carpets, painting that goes without being said.
Yeah, that's a given.
All of the property, that's just
so we're undecided yet. We don't know whether we're gonna take these tiles off and clad the entire kitchen because this new cladding nowadays is very aesthetic, and it's probably a little bit cheaper than getting it reskinned and painted.
Maybe.
But yeah. Either way, it's going to be a nice high-end finish on this one. The end goal is the end value, so...
Of course. You've got heat alarm in the kitchen as well?
Yeah, so we're already in the quoting phase, obviously, so I've had a couple of electricians in. It's going to get a full LD1 fire alarm system with a panel, manual call points, sounders, obviously your emergency lighting in your corridors, things like that. And a fire alarm control panel by the front door, as it has to be. If the fire brigade come in, they want to be able to see which zone it's in. Yeah. So it needs to be at the front door where they access.
Was this going to be bedroom here as well?
Yeah, so one of these 2 will be converted into the first bedroom. And all these lights. So one of these will be converted into the first bedroom. We're going to be removing this off. We're going to re-skim the whole room, put a vent in here, of course. We're going to be removing this just because you lose a lot of space.
Yeah.
There's no point in it being there.
Well, sockets, needs to be
Yeah.
raised. That needs to be changed to a double socket as well, and that also needs to be raised.
So what we've looked into was there was the potential that we could remove these, put a connection onto the wires and run it, 1400 high and do it that way. But if we do that, there's going to be a few £1,000s worth of works and we're not really updating anything. So what we've decided to do is just bite the bullet. We're going to take all the plugs off and drop the wires back in, and we're going to put a full new wiring system in. It's getting re-skimmed anyway, so I'd rather have them chased into the walls. At least we're covered then.
Do you know, if in case this is used as an HMO door?
Yeah, so we're already planning on, like I say, one or the other being used as a bedroom, so that'll be a fire door and frame again, self-closer. Thumb turn lock on the inside, so your tenant can't lock himself in if he loses his keys. Yeah, of course, it's not a feature. No, definitely. So that'll be getting changed along with a few other of the windows in the house. We've still got some single glazed ones. Yeah, that's cosmetic. So we're just in the middle of deciding. Obviously, I'm not going to be retaining this floor, but providers are leaning more towards hard wearing and easily cleanable.
Yeah.
So communal corridors are a definite. They'll be either laminate or we don't really want vinyl. It doesn't look the best, but definitely a laminate.
It's easy to clean.
It is easy to clean, but yeah, I think for the higher end finish, we'll probably go laminate, lino in the bathrooms, and that way it's just easy to clean, and then a nice hard wearing carpet. Yeah, so that's in with all your fire alarms as well. So one in each bedroom, one on your landings, a heat detector in your kitchen. We're even having to put fire alarms in each individual room in the cellar, even though they're not used, because that's your LD1. Yeah, your LD1 fire alarm system.
This could be just a communal lounge.
Yeah, so because we're going for a license, obviously it needs to have some sort of communal space.
Yeah.
Most of the bedrooms are, like 11 square meters, so you don't technically need it. But I don't like to cramp people into one place and not have. I don't want to sit on my bed and eat my food. It's not,
Exactly.
So just give them some space. So we're gonna remove all these wall hanging lights because they never end well. We're going to get it re-skimmed fully and put some standard pendants on there, not this antique chandelier.
What will you choose on?
I was going to give it a lick of paint and use it. No, probably the first time I've ever seen one, to be fair. So yeah, that'll obviously be coming off. We're going to have some dry rods injected into the outside of the building, a bit of damp proofing. This feature fireplace will be coming out as well, and re-skimmed, and we'll put a vent in there just to stop the chimney getting any damp.
It's a similar spec to another room where sockets changed and raised as well.
Yeah, it's full house. Unfortunately, it's never fun getting a full rewire because it's expensive. But like I say, peace of mind for 30, 40 years.
You can't cheat complaints.
No, not at all.
You're upstairs now?
Yeah, let's have a look upstairs. So we're going to need a full new porch and a new door.
Yeah.
I can't open it because I had to bolt the ale lock to keep the property secure. The landlord lived in here for 35 years and he says he's never once locked his front door. So there you go. I've locked my car 12 times before I come in the house and he's never once locked his house door.
Communals. Emergency lighting, smoke alarms, chimney cleaner 5 panel downstairs, and you need an emergency lighting and a smoke alarm downstairs, and upstairs in the common area you need the same as well. Yeah, so we've got one more landing upstairs, so we'll put an emergency lighting on each landing. Yeah. We're going to put a manual call point probably here at the top of the steps. Yeah. So if there's a fire, you just tap it on your way out, and everyone else then knows about it. And obviously, like you say, your fire alarms and things like that. Yeah, so you've got
This is probably one of the biggest bathrooms I've been in.
Four choice of colours.
Pretty, yeah, like most of the house, purple skirting boards and pink skirting boards is not the best.
As well.
So yeah, the landlord pulled me aside before he left as I was slowly giving him a nudge out the door.
Yeah.
He's like, the toilet in here is like 100 years old. If you're going to do everything, just save your toilet.
It gives you more reason to kick out of his 100
I
years
don't
old.
think I'll be saving that, to be fair. There you go. There's your shock value. Toilet seat's just falling off.
In the bathroom here, without being said, you get change a full 3-4 piece set.
Yeah.
Compliance wise, I need an extractor fan in here as well.
Yeah,
For
definitely.
damper mode. Always they ask for a privacy lock on the bathroom door. So you're gonna have to change the door really because it's a bit.
We're gonna refresh them all throughout. But what we're thinking is, I know they don't really need a bath if you've got a nice big shower cubicle. Yeah. But I'm thinking possibly put a nice 1500 shower cubicle in here, a nice big one, and maybe run a bath along here because this is going anywhere.
To be fair, if you leave it, if you don't need it, you don't need to spend money on it. I would say just change it to a shower tray with the electric shower. Leave that maybe in the storage just to put extra toiletries in there, just in case if there's money doesn't need to be spent.
See, if it was an investor that was just going to buy it cash and leave his money in there, I can see where that makes sense, not spending any unnecessary money. Yeah. But because his game or his end goal here is a much higher valuation, there's probably £145,000 worth of uplift on the house. Stuff like that, little bits that are going to cost us a couple £100. We're just going to do them because we want it to be a nice high-end finish.
Future-proofed.
Like these, we're not going to have electric showers. This is why we're paying, £2,400 for a 40-odd kilowatt boiler, so that I can power all of these showers and not have these hideous electric showers hanging on the walls.
We're going to do it. You need a bathroom light as well.
Yeah, I can see you staring at my polystyrene. I've seen them once. I've never seen these in a house before. That's new to me. Again, keeping with the lovely colour themes. You've got your purple, orange, turquoise.
What's this going to be, bedroom 2?
This will be, bedroom number 2. What we're thinking is, I don't know if you can actually see in there. You've lost a foot and a half here.
It goes all the way through.
And we've lost this as well. So all of this is coming out. It's going to get skimmed anyway, but this room will look, it's not actually twice as big.
Spacious as it is, but
it will look so much bigger with all of this.
You don't need it anyway, just a simple wardrobe, and that's it.
Yeah.
So again, it's very, very similar spec because each one goes by each room is the same sort of specs anyway. So
yeah. So obviously on your compliance side of things, again, your fire alarms and all that rubbish, but one of these is going to be a fire window, a fire escape window as well. So not like I'd want to.
When you do put it on, just remember the restrictions on all the windows as well.
Yeah, always. Not like I'd want to mind, but if that's your only escape rather than a fire, I suppose you can jump out of there.
I think you need another double socket.
Yeah, so we've got one single over there. Yeah. We'll probably put a double over there.
Yeah.
A double on this side.
I've got a double already.
And I think I'm going to put a double in that back corner. TV's going to go somewhere in there, I imagine, when they get here.
The door, again, fire door casing, smoke seats, front turn locks in the fire door. So it's the same spec as downstairs.
Yeah. So for this, obviously, your minimum height, it doesn't meet, but I don't just want to board it and put piece 2 before on top of it. So for the sake of £15 plasterboard, we're going to stick one on the front, one on the back. We're going to re-skim that, put a nice piece of wooden edging on it. Yeah. Same on the inside of here, and just resort all of this. Again, high spec finish is what we're going for in this one.
We've got bedroom number 3.
3, yeah.
So Still more better than the other one.
Yeah, still not my cup of tea, but
we've seen worse. So
I've seen much worse. I've seen landlords try hand over in much worse than this, to be fair. So we're going to re-strip all of this wallpaper. I hate textured walls. I think they're hideous. Again, flooring's coming up. We're going to get some nice, thick, dark, heavy-wearing carpet. Fire escape window, blinds, fire alarms. Again, fire door and frame.
The same spec all over each room. Once you do one, it's just symmetrical across. It's the same.
So the weird thing is, this house is a bit of a mix and match. Like when I spoke to the landlord and says, I'm coming to change the locks because we've completed. I said, what keys do you have? He says, do you have new flat keys or have you got the old ones with your barreling? He says, no, they're all new. So I've bought 3 sets of flat locks. I got here, it doesn't have one flat lock in the entire house. They're all barrel locks. So we've done that. Come upstairs. He says, all my windows are new. They're probably 20 years old. I've still got wooden framed single glazed windows upstairs. So, halfway finished doesn't work. It's got to be the same standard throughout. Same for your electrics and everything else. So this is where we're thinking we're going to put the little kitchenette.
Yeah.
So, electric oven. We figure out where the waste is going to go. So we're needing full new gutters and everything down there. So I'm thinking we can hopefully plumb the sink waste down into the downpipe somewhere along there, as long as the drain's got the right capacity for it. But again, nice whitewash and whatever else. Fire door and frame, oven, sink, few units, fridge, freezer, and it saves this tenants upstairs then having to travel over more than 1 flight of steps.
I just see the pipe works. They obviously need to be boxed in as well.
Yeah, so all your pipe work. And again, that's not even a requirement in terms of decent home standards or anything like that. That's an additional requirement from the provider, as one. But two, if you don't do it, how often do you find if you're going to knock one of these pipes or stand on it by accident and you end up with a leak, then your ceiling falls down because you can't turn your water off? You may as well just get them tucked away nice and neat and out of the way.
It looks more appealing as well.
Yeah.
This top, we're going to need a fire door there.
No, so because we were going to have a fire door at the bottom of the steps down there anyway. Oh, sorry, because we've got a fire door on the kitchen and on the bedrooms, that's compartmented anyway.
Okay.
So we shouldn't actually need a fire door here. What we were contemplating was maybe opening this side up and putting a nice handrail and banister up there, but it's
there's not enough space anyway, so let's leave it how it is. We do this side, we have to have a banister here.
Yeah, so this is going to get raised up again.
Yeah.
Now, believe it or not, this will be a bathroom. It doesn't look like it'll fit, but we've had it designed, we've had it measured, and it fits.
There's a bathroom.
Yeah, so what we're thinking is, one of your oval shower trays,
yeah,
like your 900s. So that's pretty much your standard size, like you get in a hotel or something. So we're going to put a little shower tray there. This radiator will be gone and swapped for something upright here, tucked away. There'll be a toilet here because your soil stack's underneath.
Okay.
And then we're thinking about boarding up to here and putting a partition wall in. And this is where we're going to mount the sink. So once you swap this door over so that it opens outwards rather than inwards, you've got yourself a little bathroom, ensuite kind of deal, just for these 2 tenants upstairs.
It's going to be bedroom 5.
This is number 4. So this is what I mean by the landlord doing half of one thing and half of the rest.
It looks as you go to each room, they get slightly better, but it's not.
Well, you think that it looks better, but you've got your wooden windows. My radiator's held up by not even DVDs, mate. VHS. When was the last time you saw one of them? So we've got a nice chimney issue to deal with.
These windows are going to need replacing, aren't they?
Yeah. So I need someone to come and look at this roof anyway, just for peace of mind. Make sure that is resolved, as the landlord says.
Yeah.
It don't feel wet, but again, I want him to have a look at it.
It's been warm past few days, so you won't know until you
Yeah. So to replace this window and make the outside look pretty, I need a scaffold anyway. It's far too high to be doing it on ladders. So whilst we put a scaffold up, we'll probably put a double up, like that one over the road. And that way they can just come up onto the roof at the same time whilst they're there.
Again, same spec.
Yeah, door and frames, all your plug sockets have got to be, I think it's 1450. So about here now.
Double there as well.
Yeah.
Interlink smoke arms. Fire door frame, architraves, box, thumbtail, lock. The last bedroom, this will be.
Yeah, and this will be number 5. Matching pair.
Yeah.
So we'll be scaffold on both sides by the look of it. But this will be, like I say, bedroom number 5. Which is the only one, which is the reason why I need that communal space downstairs.
Yes.
All the other ones, if I didn't need that communal space, I'd probably put en suites in and maybe even a little kitchenette, and it'd be a nice size room. This one, if I was to put an ensuite or a kitchenette in here, it would just kill the living space. So I'd rather they add some more floor space and I'll just sacrifice a room downstairs rather than trying to cram them all in.
What are you anticipating to spend altogether?
So obviously I could break it down very roughly, but we won't bore you. So we've got about £7,000 in electrical works, your fire alarms, rewiring and everything else. Good God, we've got maybe £6,000 in re-skimming the whole property, because I just, like I say, I want a nice high-end finish. I don't want to be left with all this.
Yeah.
We could sand it and try and get away with it, but I just don't want that. So 6 in a skim, 7 in your electrics, probably about £3,000 in flooring, carpets and laminate and vinyl. We've got nearly £3,000 in a new kitchen to be configured downstairs and installed up here. Got about £1,000 in white goods, so that's 2 ovens, fridge freezers, whatever else. 9 fire doors and frames, roughly £400 a piece, nearly £4,000 in fire doors. Again, we've got this bathroom suite, we've got the new bathroom suite downstairs, probably another 5 between them both as well. By the time we're finished, furnished, blinds on, carpets in.
Because each room's going to need a bed.
Yeah, so we'll be putting, I'll probably put doubles in here, and I may even go premium and get some nice headboards and things like that, again, just for the finish, because it is going to be a really high end by the end of it. Don't fit in with the rest of the street, but it was the worst house on probably one of the worst streets, but then it'll be the best house on one of the worst streets. So yeah, that's where your value is. I'd estimate £35,000 to £40,000 in refurb costs and furniture and flooring and everything else.
Or rental, we're looking at, is it about 1900?
No, it's actually £21.75 per month. So that's on a 5-year lease with no voids, no repairs, no hassle, no utility bills. So that's your net, it's not your gross.
Yeah.
So this landlord is hoping to refinance this and pull out the majority of his money. We're estimating he'll have about £15,000 left in. He should have a minimum of about £50,000 worth of equity left in the property. And he'll then have a mortgage, which is about £1,100, and a rent, which is about £2,200. So, £13,000 for £1,000 a month. He's nearly got 100% ROI for what he's got left in there, not including the equity that he's got tied up in the property, because obviously it's only 75% on your remortgage.
Making his money back very soon, isn't it?
Yeah, he's impressed with this one. So if all things go smoothly, this will be a very, very good case study.
That's what the social landlord offers, though. Education and maximise landlords' rents, maximise their value of their property.
It doesn't happen without mistakes and education, though. And even now, 4 years into it, and me calling myself a bit of a HMO specialist as such, I almost dropped the ball on another property, completely disregarding your LD1 and LD2, different types of systems. Ended up having to get 4 more smoke alarms put in and a small control unit because I just completely looked past the blatantly obvious. So even when you do it every single day, you're going to make mistakes. So a fresh landlord, I can guarantee you, you're going to eat shit a couple of times.
I think it's more of, like we say, educating your landlords. They know what they're doing, but they know why they're having this certain sort of electrical part put into their property. Why there's a need of 2 kitchens? Why there's going to be need of 2 bathrooms? It's future proofing, but you're adding value to your property.
See, I've been to HMOs before, and you probably have as well, particularly in areas like Beeston and Bradford, where a landlord's refurbed it to a HMO spec. You get there, it's a 6-bedroom house with 1 toilet and 1 kitchen. Right, well, it's not a 6-bedroom.
Regulations, is it?
So then he's got to sacrifice a room, put another kitchen in, and another bathroom, and whatever else. Sometimes it just doesn't work at all. There's physically no more room for another bathroom. So he, spent all that money for no reason. So
Let's see how this one plans out for us.
yeah, we're thinking this one, like I say, this one should be quite straightforward. We've allocated plenty of budget to make sure it's refurbed to a nice high standard with no corners cut. And like I say, once it's had a refurb and a new boiler in here and a full rewire, I don't want the landlord to hear about this property for at least 10 years whilst the warranty's on the boiler. I want to renew his lease in 5 years for a higher figure, and I'd like to not have to bother him again. And that's his goal with this. This is why he's allocated a nice budget for a nice high spec and to get it done properly.
We want to do it properly and do it pay cheap, pay twice.
This is, again, part of the issues with behind the education.
Yeah.
This guy or this landlord or investor, Dan, he has eaten up every single word I've told him. He's coming back to me saying, well, do you actually need to do X, Y, and Z? He's not involved. He's in London. He says he's not going to come see this until the day before it hands over. So he don't want anything to do with the refurb. But he's now interested to understand the spec.
Yeah.
He sends me properties through and says, what do you think of this? Do you think I could put a panel in here and I could? And I'm like, you've missed one bit here. Don't quite work, but you're nearly there. So he's educating himself
as
well as reaching out for help. This is part of people's problem is they daren't ask someone, how do I do this? Too much pride. You need to kiss some boots, shine some shoes to get where you need to be and understand what you need to do. There's no shame in asking for a little bit of help to understand what you're doing. Otherwise, it can be quite an expensive mistake.
True. Right, let's crack on. See how this development works out.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We'll make sure we've got a progress update in the next 2 to 4 weeks. And then I'd say in about 6 weeks' time, we'll come round for a walk round and we'll hopefully be able to share with you the final end value.
Your full case study.
Yeah. Like to be able to showcase at least a £250,000 valuation once you've got a licensing. So we'll see where it goes.
See how far it goes.
Stay tuned.